So Anna's story goes parallel with my brother's story. My brother and I spent a lot of time growing up together. He was 4.5 years older than me. Really close relationship growing up. And then, he went to college and we tried to stay in touch, and then we kind of drifted apart. I knew that he suffered with depression. He was under doctor supervision and he had medications figured out. My parents would always be on him to keep on the meds. Come to find out that towards the end of his life, he was not on his meds. Depression was not the main downfall of my brother. Heroin and meth were involved. I got a call on Friday the 13th, 2018, from my parents that my dad found my brother hanging in the garage. And he had 2 kids. His older son is with his ex-wife. And my brother has Anna. Anna at the time was almost two. And immediately my thoughts weren't even on Anna. It was, how are my parents gonna survive? How's the family gonna cope with this? So at Dave's funeral, my parents would show up with Anna. Oh, you guys have Anna, that's nice, it's helping you deal with the grief. Then it was Father's Day, rolled around a couple months later, and they show up again with Anna. We've had Anna this whole time, what's going on? Anna's mom kind of checked out and was dealing with her own problems, and Anna was not her biggest concern. My parents are older and not really ready for an almost 2-year-old. We convinced the mom and dad to let us take her for a weekend and kind of warmed my parents up to the idea that we're gonna be taking her. Meanwhile, Liz and I were talking offline, let's get the lawyers ready. So we took her and we got our lawyers involved and we finalized adoption.
Guardianship was November 5th. And then
of that year?
Of 2018. And then June 5th was adoption day. Before coming to Pathfinder, first off, adoption was never something that I thought we would want to do, that we could do. Our previous house, we definitely didn't have enough room. And then coming here, I know that there's been sermons, and I wish I remembered which particular ones to give praise to, but the idea of what you need to do, so you take a step and you figure it out later. And then you add to it that she is delayed. And so how do we make sure that she gets the kind of help that she needs? And I really think that being here surrounded by inspiration and a constant source of God is here with us. He is going to provide, and he is going to provide not only things, but he's going to provide answers, and he's going to provide the steps that you need to take to get to the answers. And it's okay if you don't find the answers, because sometimes you don't need...
I'll be there when you don't find the answers.
Right, right.
If we hadn't have moved, if we hadn't have found Pathfinder, if we hadn't have found the support, if the 3 years hadn't have happened exactly the way they did to put us in where we are now, how would we have continued? What would have our plan B to our plan B have been at that point? It's really amazing just to see all those things line up.